First episode of the day, and on this particular one we are talking about an apostle who was having a wedding, and the DJs did some funny weird things, and the pastor wasn't having it. The apostle said, you know what, we gotta put the discipline in here. Man, them was fired right there and there. I'm gonna show you that particular video, and also secondly, we're gonna be talking, since this subject is about marriage, we might as well talk about the recent proposed laws by Aaron Motsoaledi over at the Home Affairs over here in South Africa to try and also get a hold of all these people that are busy out there finding it easy to get arranged marriages. You know, these settlement marriages, these marriages for the pocket, while as the other person gets citizenship. They're kind of like trying to work around that, and they're trying to pitch some laws around those particular subjects. So those are the two subjects we're going to be talking about on this particular episode. This is a sponsored episode sponsored by RA. They do key duplication and key programming. So if you want to get a spare key, do holla at them over there. And let's get straight into this particular episode. Now, I'm going to play you that video first, and then I'll be back in a second.
DJ, please.
Somebody change that guy. Dennis, where are you?
DJ, please, that shouldn't repeat itself, please.
So first of all, it's the face of the wife. Priceless. The moment she notices the song, before the husband even react, the moment she notices the song, you can see her face goes, what, where are we right now? Where are we? Are you DJing at a pastor's wedding, or are you out in the club? So man then probably lost his playlist for the pastor, and he started playing his other playlist. Started playing his other playlist, which involves very carnal things. And me, my love is what. Now, unfortunately, I might have muted the song a little bit just in case it wants to claim the video, because if I play it out here, it would think it. But you can find it on iSoak. Now, if you don't know the particular apostle who's getting married there, I think his name is Apostle something like that, right? Now, he is also, you might actually remember him by a very popular videos of him and his church members praying. They are very radical. Like Lapo Usugumanzi. You come out of that church very sweaty-licious out of that church. These are the kind of videos that you might have actually seen. And if you didn't know that is him, yeah, that's the particular pastor that you are seeing over there. And a couple of videos, some other things about their ideas when it comes to prayers.
You need to crack the code of prayerlessness. There is a code that needs to crack. Your soul needs to obey to the powers of immortality.
You know, some of the teachings that Bowman then have, to be honest with you, I don't even know where they, there's a code for what is code. You're like, what are you talking about? I thought this is the same faith that Jesus said, let the little children come unto me. So it is a faith that can be practiced by a little child. But hey, we are not saying that there is no maturity or growth, but just wanted to tell you who is the man. So this man, they should have prayed. They should have prayed for him before he actually entered. The DJ. Now, unfortunately, the DJ got kicked out. Hey, please replace him, the pastor said. Now, speaking about replacement, there's all this jazz that's been happening with people who go into a different country, and what they do is they find somebody who's a local or a citizen, and they get married to that person. By so doing, they get permanent residency papers and stuff like that. And so right now, the South African government, that particularly one particular department in South Africa, is trying to pitch new laws and new rules to try and get letters from the origin of whoever you are married. So if you are marrying someone who's a foreigner, or you're getting married to somebody who is a foreigner, they will have to send papers from.
So what we've done is that, number one, we want a letter of what you call non-impingement. If you come from another country, you want to marry in South Africa, please give us a letter from your government that proves that you are not married. a letter from the Foreign Affairs Department in your government to show us that you don't have a wife back home. Secondly, we are not in the new Marriage Act. It's not yet a law. It's a proposal which we are sending to Parliament soon, that no foreign priest will be allowed to marry people in South Africa, whether they are foreign nationals or South Africans. They must be married by a priest who sojourns here in South Africa, so that we are able to trace the person who married you when there are problems. And thirdly, we are no longer allowing couples. We no longer allow anybody to come and register a marriage alone. There must always be two people, and they must sign affidavits to show that they understand what's going on and that this is not a marriage of convenience. They really truly love each other. They must declare all those officially.
I do see the idea, like the application of it and whatnot, and people, because they pitch it within the safety space, right, of saying there are people that might get married back in their country and come down here and get married, then before you know it, man then is being reported to be married elsewhere. And we've seen situations like that. I think I also remember an interview that Solomon did with a lady who her husband ran away, went back to his country and got married. And so you might see those type of scenarios where they're trying to say, you know what, your government must acknowledge that you are not married. But another thing to also consider is that that's a lot of paperwork between. I don't see it. I just don't see it happening. And that's me. I just don't see it happening because this type of paperwork to and fro, okay? This type of paperwork, maybe it does work when you talk about the justice system and whatnot. Will it work from the justice system, then also work for individual? Because the individual person must go get it and bring it. It's not like the government is the one that's saying, okay. And if the government was to do it and say, you know what, you've just registered yourself as a married couple, fine, we'll tell you if we approve. And so they kind of do it the same way they do when you go to get your ID license. If it was to be done like that, there's no hope. There is no hope, because that process that they use there, it's hectic. And to try and get a paper, a handwritten letter paper straight, you are just opening doors for more corruption in that particular space, because anything that has to be done by document, hand on, we know that it will take too long for them to file and actually do all the paperwork around it. It's a headache. Like, for instance, when you're doing your licensing and stuff like that, it's a slow process because they still use handwritten thing. And so, do I see it? I don't see it. I completely don't see it. But remember, the thing that I always tell people about government is this. Whether it be a government or department or anything, these people just have to push until their time in office passes. That's all. You see, the things that they're doing or pursuing, they don't have to be passionate about those things. No, they don't have to actually be convicted about these things. As long as they just do it until they pass their time in office. That's all it is. Okay? And so you'll have people like Natim Teto over there just spending 10 million on a flag. It's just him being in office. He's just looking for something to do until he passes his time. You frustrate yourself if you focus on it. Politics is one of the most unreliable things. I feel sorry for political analysts. Yeah, you know me, I just check it, I get out. Now you have to be there constantly analyzing what they are saying, what they are doing. These people, it's a headache. You know, politics is a headache because it's unstable, man. It's people that are just unstable. If you can manage it, I salute you, to be honest with you. For me, I just don't see it. But on other hands, you know what? I think some of these positions, like the pastor earlier on, had to kick out the DJ. Some of these positions, they should just kick them. They should just kick them out. So this is Christianity Show. We do daily Christian commentary videos. We'll be glad to hear what your thoughts are on that particular one. Check out the other episodes that is done today down in the pin comments, and I'll see you on the later on. Yeah, I'll be blessed. Salute.